Good morning. This is Sal. Um, this is Daily Conversations with Sal, and pretty much the topic is on the V word. Um, One of my friends just shared a topic about the V word. He was wondering how this V word came about right after the elections, and so I decided to research on this.
Good afternoon, everyone. The beginning of the end of the pandemic started with the leadership of President Trump. In recent days, Pfizer and Moderna reported the highly successful results of their vaccine development, each achieving a COVID vaccine that is over 90% effective. We know Moderna is 94.5% effective, Pfizer 95%.
95% effective. So I'm not going to draw any conspiracies on why it came right after the elections, but just decided to research just this overall. So let's see, 90% effective. I found out that well, that's another topic. I'm trying to find all the articles I found. The 95% efficiency. How do they come up with that? And I found this article, which I'll share in my link below. And I've read previous that usually vaccines are 40 to 50 or even 60% effective. So how does this become 95% effective? And found this article, and it said, I pasted it on my site. I guess from the cases, 90% of above didn't have any medical effects. So, for example, of the 170 cases of COVID-19 Pfizer observed in its trial, 162 occurred in a placebo group and just 8 among the group that got its 2-dose vaccine. Of the 10 cases of severe COVID-19, 9 were in a placebo group. Important finding which suggests the vaccine prevents not only mild cases but the type of serious disease leads patients to die or be hospitalized. And another important stat from this that I found out is about 30% of the U.S. volunteers in Pfizer's trial are people of color. So they included diversity of people. So that's the 90% effective part that I wanted to share. Then relating to the election, I found out back in 1976 this became an issue when Gerald Ford was running for president, and this was the election year too. And unfortunately he wasn't elected because he was trying to promote the vaccination before the elections. And I think that I highlighted the fact that even people who are not generally anti-vaccine are worried about the safety of a COVID-19 inoculation means it's all the more important that a corona vaccine is not rushed. This is a very touchy issue. It's a very touchy issue, he says, so this vaccine has to be rolled out exactly right. And he's referring to the COVID-19. And this article was written August 24th, 2020, before the election. And you can read more about how that vaccine was not successfully given because of a lot of, you could say, I have to choose my words. There were some side effects, but there was a low stats, but yeah, feel free to research that. And I'll be sharing in my link below. This is the picture to look for. And these are all the articles I found that I was sharing, I read previously for this video. and you can't read it right away, but you can look at it later due to the time in this video. And it's under all my links on medical about COVID-19 since this pandemic started. So you can check out the many videos and research that I've done since February or January. There's a lot. And social media posts that I found with links. Alright, fact check website. Pfizer CEO did not learn of the positive news until Sunday, just after the data was analyzed. Pfizer lacked access to its trial data until after Election Day and could not have known or released the results prior to that. Albert Bourla, Pfizer CEO, told Axios that the data came in on November 5th or 6th, after Election Day on November 3rd. So that's on USA Today. And I also highlighted Kirk noted that Pfizer considered recently releasing interim results after analyzing 32 cases in late October, but in consultation with the FDA, the pharmaceutical giant decided against it and released fuller interim analysis results from 94 cases on November 9th. Note after election. Why is it that Pfizer did not release this news when they had it 10 days ago? Kirk asks. The reason? Election interference. Let's see another. Okay, that I read that. And I'll be sharing this, or I already shared it already, on my Good News USA link. I think my latest article was the Operation Warp Speed. It's on the Defense of Government website. And you can check that out at Good News USA. And I've been sharing things since April 28th about the updates of this COVID pandemic in our country. Alright, the next video.
Strategy. Today he took 3 opportunities to suggest that we could even see a vaccine by Election Day.
We have a lot of vaccines under study, by the way. We look like we're going to be really good on vaccines and with therapeutics also.
So what's the earliest we could see that, a vaccine?
Sooner than the end of the year. Could be much sooner.
Sooner than November 3rd?
Oh, I think in some cases, yeah, it's possible before, but right around that time.
Well, you did predict it right after that time. Alright, political. If you think this COVID-19 just came just during President Trump's election, that's another story. But every election year has a disease. SARS in 2004, avian flu 2008, swine flu 2010, MERS in 2012, Ebola 2014, in 2018, Zika in 2016, and coronavirus. Oops, I said the C word. Don't. I might be monetized. The C word in 2020. All right. Crucial COVID vaccine data expected before Pfizer this week, now unlikely to come before U.S. election. That was written October 27th. And I think I shared this article before. Nope, I didn't. Alright. Then I read something about the vaccine. This is the last article I'll share. Let's see. Cutting edge approaches. Vaccines. Okay, the timing of the vaccines. How come it's so fast? Due to Operation Warp Speed. Vaccines train the immune system to recognize its pathogen it hasn't yet encountered. Normally, our immune system builds that memory by battling infections so that it can halt a virus in its tracks should it try to invade a second time. Vaccine acts like that. First exposure, but without making people sick. With SARS-CoV-2, researchers are working with new ways of providing that first look, building a vaccine adaptable platforms engineered to easily pivot from pathogen to pathogen. Older strategies for developing vaccines, such as obtaining the virus and weakening or activating it, are a lengthy process. But the cutting-edge approaches require scientists only to know the virus genetic sequence. That's the thing I wanted to highlight. With that, they can string together the right pieces of code to synthesize vaccines. Basically, right after the outbreak in China, the genetic sequence was released, and they started trying to rush a vaccine right away. So that's right. That's the reason why it's been success, or so-called successfully. They have a vaccine because of this genetics. They were able to come up with it right away. And I think it's in this article. You can read it somewhere. I read this so much I lost track of where it was. But it's under a huge experiment, how the world made so much progress on a COVID-19 vaccine so fast. And that was back in July 30th, before the election. All right, and to conclude, in my last part, after I did some research and all that stuff, I read that the vaccine is targeting the mRNA, and the immune system. So the key thing, if you're a pro or against vaccine, that's another video in my health video, which is not on this YouTube channel, Health Fitness Life Guy. But build your immune system, basically. And I shared that right here. The vaccine contains genetic material called messenger RNA, or mRNA. That's the last article we just read, which scientists hope provokes the immune system to fight the virus. So the key thing, I think, is just build your immune system. Vitamin C, vitamin D, naturally from the sunlight. And again, I'm not a doctor, but just based on the videos, do your own research. And zinc, vitamin C, and vitamin D. Peace. Feel free to share any other things that you find.